We have a very big game to kick off this episode of the Cork City Career Mode, lads. As you can see here, we are 5 points clear of Arsenal after 11 games in this Premier League season, and they are the team we will be playing next. And as you can also see there, they are still unbeaten in this Premier League campaign. So let's go and hand the Gunners their first L of the league season. We have had to make one change to the team. Trevor Gordson, who's on the ball here, has had to come in for Christian Alfonsi, who was missing quite a bit of stamina, but it's my own fault. He was coming back from international duty, and I forgot to update his training plan. So, yeah, that was my bad, not his. But other than that, it is our strongest 11. But the fact that we have an 84 rated centre-back coming in to replace one of our first team players just goes to show how strong the squad depth is at the moment. But let's see if we can get off to a positive start here against Arsenal, who do have Haddad in goal, the 95 rated Qatari goalkeeper. So it's no wonder that they aren't losing many games, or any games at this point in the 7th season, when they've got that beast in between the sticks. Here's Martin Odegaard, who's given Arsenal the lead here. Oh, well, our 85 rated keeper couldn't keep that one out. I feel like Odegaard scores against me every bloody time we come up against him, especially away from home. I don't know if that's just me, but I can remember him scoring at both Turner's Cross and Miller Park multiple times in this career mode. And he's done it here again, gives Arsenal the lead as they look to close the gap at the top of the table. I also wanted to address a very weird comment I got on one of the YouTube shorts I uploaded recently. So the odd time, lads, as some of you might have seen, I do upload a couple of clips up to YouTube shorts just of some goals that we've scored, sometimes even goals we've conceded. And I had a comment that was in front of me before I started this game, but it seems like it's been deleted, that said, dude, that's literally frickin' FIFA. Can you please explain to me why you fricking thought I fricking wanted you to fricking think it wasn't? And why are we saying fricking so much? It was just kind of a weird comment. So yeah, if you thought I was uploading those shorts trying to convince you that this is real life, then yeah, you clearly must not think very highly of my intelligence, which is a shame. But let's see here now if we can get back on level terms. Erling Haaland! Good save there by Haddad. This is the problem when you go behind to Arsenal. They've got an absolute beast of a goalkeeper in between the sticks. Let's take this corner short. We've done this time and time again. We've had some decent results from it. Savinho, not a great shot at all, to be honest with you. And a very easy catch there for the goalkeeper. Here come Arsenal on the attack now again with Odegaard. He's in really good form today. Victor Gyökeres there with a decent chance. Kelleher thankfully makes the save. Bloody hell, I'm tripping over my words. Of course, Victor Gyökeres was a man we had in the Celtic career mode, and he actually scored the winner in the Champions League final in that series up against Arsenal. Who knows, maybe the next time we do a Celtic career mode, we might have to sign another Swedish striker. And that Celtic career mode could be coming sooner rather than later. Watch this space. Here's Rio Ngamoa. Now I thought Brown was going to make more of a run there. It still finds Erling Haaland. And Haaland does get us back on level terms. Beautiful stuff. Pick up that ball, lad. I know that we are 5 points clear of Arsenal. A draw is definitely a better result for us than it is for them. But I want to extend this gap as much as possible. I would like to win the league by a relatively comfortable margin this season, especially since it's the final season of the career mode. We're looking to win the quadruple. So it would be great to have this league wrapped up as quickly as humanly possible. It has been all Arsenal since we got that equaliser, and it's getting really, really frustrating here. Again, I know a draw is a better result for us than it is for them, but as far as I remember, I don't think United were too far behind either of us, so if anything, it's giving them a chance to get closer to the top of the table, and they have already beaten me this season, so that's something I do need to be aware of. But here's Cathal O'Sullivan now. Shaquille Van Persie looking to make the run, and we still can't bloody find him. He just does not want to score against Arsenal. Maybe he feels bad for the Arsenal fans after his dad leaving them to join Manchester United, which is still one of my all-time favourite transfers. I still remember the day we signed him like it was only yesterday. Oh my goodness me, I did not think they were going to get that shot off there. Quevin Kelleher with a really good save, and Arsenal will get the corner. Thankfully we did deal with the corner. Here's Rio Ngamoa now. What can he do? He's done really well there. Oh, he found, I think that was Savinho, but it's a good block again. That's our first big chance here of the second half. And we didn't even test the bloody goalkeeper. This clock is running down very quickly as well. You'd swear with the way I'm talking that, like, you know, this is like a cup final that we're about to lose. Like, it's honestly, a draw isn't the biggest deal in the world, but still, I really do want to get the 3 points here. But let's just make sure Arsenal don't bloody get the 3 points. It's Eze. What a save again by Kelleher. He has kept us in this game. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, what a save again by Quevin Kelleher. He has been man of the match for us in this game. Absolutely fantastic. They're taking off Odegaard for Wanyeri. They get another corner here, Arsenal. Bloody hell, it feels like they've had a corner every bloody other minute of this game. We have made some changes as well. We have brought on Troy Parrott for Shaquille Van Persie. Oh my god, Gyökeres nearly gave them the lead there. Why am I playing the ball back into the box? Who else did we bring on? We brought on Romain Esse for Savinho, and we also brought on our Brazilian left back for Nathaniel Brown. Sano giving away the ball again here. We honestly are very lucky to even be drawing in this game. Arsenal, I think, are going to feel very hard done by if they don't win it, but it looks like they will here. No, they won't, because once again, Quevin Kelleher has made a fantastic save. Has this been his best performance in this series or what? He has been absolutely magnificent. I know he's only 85 rated. I say only 85 rated. That's still very good, but I think I was slightly tempted to go in for a higher rated goalkeeper, but the fact... Oh, well, now I kind of fucking wish I did. Oh my god, I was just about to praise Quevin Kelleher, and literally, right as I was about to say it, that, oh no, I wasn't going to go in for a higher rated keeper because he's Cork born and bred, and he puts in great performances, and then he lets one in. It's not entirely his fault. I can't fully blame Quevin Kelleher for that, and honestly, can I really say this is anything more than what Arsenal deserve? Maybe he could have saved it, Quevin Kelleher, but I think it's poor defending as well. Jake O'Brien maybe could have tried to interfere with that. But Arsenal are 2-1 up with, 4 minutes to go, and it looks like they've gotten the 3 points that, to be fair, they probably do deserve from this game. Troy Parrott into Rio. He's dragged it a bit too far wide, and then he says, do you know what, Urian Timber, why don't you just have the ball back there, pal? Why not? It's not like we're chasing the bloody game here or anything. Oh, good interception by Gordson, but of course it goes right back to a bloody Arsenal player. Unbelievable stuff. This is a massive, massive win for them, and they're still unbeaten this season, and they're going to extend that run here. That's offside, but we're not going to have enough time to get this up the other end of the pitch. I'm just going to belt it up towards Parrott. He doesn't win the header, and that is going to be that. Arsenal get the victory here at Miller Park. They are still unbeaten this season. Of course, they're the only team in Premier League history to have a fully unbeaten season and win the league title, of course, back in 2004. And yeah, they could be on course to do that again. They've closed the gap at the top of the table, and that is a really, really big blow to, not to our title hopes, but it's a big blow to us wanting to run away with the league this season, is probably the best way to put it. Oh, this episode just goes from bad to worse. This episode just goes from bad to worse. As you can see here, lads, Rio Ngamoa has left the club to join Bayern Munich for €244 million. And I only have myself to blame. I let the frustration get the better of me, and it's led to one of my best players leaving the club. So allow me to explain what happened. Rio Ngamoa kept sending me emails asking for a new contract. This is our last season of the Cork City career mode, so I was ignoring the emails, but eventually he was handing in a transfer request. His morale was very low, and it was definitely affecting his performances in the simmed games. So I offered him a new contract, but I used the delegate offer option, and it must have included a release clause. I'll be honest, lads, I didn't pay attention to it, which is my own fault. There must have been a release clause in there, because I didn't accept any offer from Bayern Munich, but they were obviously very happy to see that release clause, and they were even more happy to pay it. So Rio Ngamoa, who I think was 89 rated, yeah, 89 rated, as he left the club, has joined Bayern Munich, and now we need to go in and sign a replacement left midfielder, which is just really something I did not want to do in this episode. Now, I was having a look at the players in my shortlist, and this guy caught my eye here. Anis Arnason, I'm going to say. Again, any Norwegian people in the comments, please correct me if I'm mispronouncing that name, but I'm pretty sure it's Arnason. I'm kind of afraid to say his first name again, to be honest with you, in case I completely butcher it. So let's just call him Arnason for now. But a 90 rated right midfielder who we can easily convert over to the left-hand side. 22 years old, 90 rated. And look at those stats. Brilliant pace, decent shooting, decent passing, great dribbling. And he is worth €141 million. But they're saying here we could pay anywhere in between 147 and 196. So we might be able to sign him and potentially bring in another backup option if we really wanted to. So let's go in here and negotiate with Leeds United, who have done really well to hold on to this player for as long as they have, because Leeds are not doing that well in this series at all. They've never been a particularly decent side, shall we say. We've already signed a winger from them in this series as well, in Dan James, so we are familiar with doing business with Leeds for players in a similar position. I'm going to go in with 160 million. I'm going to play it a bit safe. I'm not going to lowball them too much. There's really no need to. I'm going to go 160 million and let's see what Leeds United have to say. Are they going to be willing to accept that? Okay, 169 million. Let's just bring this down ever so slightly. 165. I'd be very happy with that. And clearly Leeds United are as well. And it looks like we will be getting our new left winger. And here we are now negotiating the contract terms with him. He's on €150,000 at the moment. And to be honest with you, I'm happy to give him a little bit of an increase. He's joining a Champions League team, so it only makes sense. 200 grand a week. Have we gotten our new star signing? Yes, we have. Welcome to Cork City. Anis Arnason. Again, I really do apologise, lads, if I am mispronouncing his name. But yeah, again, I wasn't expecting to do this, but I'm kind of excited. This makes things a little bit chaotic. We've said it time and time again on the channel. Never a dull moment. Normally, that's what happens on the pitch. This one, of course, is happening off the pitch. But yeah, looks like a very decent young player. And I think at this stage of career mode, I'm always a little bit more willing to use regen type players because I just think they add that bit of uniqueness to each save, especially the further you progress throughout the series. So I'm really excited to see how this man gets on. I think we will give him the number 7 shirt. That was the shirt that Rio was wearing, so I don't really have an issue giving that to Arnason. Let's see. Yeah, it's automatically giving it to him, so that makes complete sense. It shouldn't take him too long to convert to a left midfielder, which is very, very good. And yeah, I'm very excited to see how he gets on in a Cork City shirt. Okay, I know I've spoke a little bit about winning the Ballon d'Or in this series, and even though this isn't that, I still wanted to show this cutscene here. Joe Turrell, Manager of the Year with Cork City, and you know what, if I do say so myself, I do think this is well deserved. To take a team from the League of Ireland, bring them over to England's League 2, and to have all the success we've had, it's nice to see our manager get some recognition for it. But as nice as those individual awards are to get, the main focus, of course, is winning team trophies this season. 4 of them to be exact, as we are looking to win the quadruple. And as you can see here, we are on match day 7 in the Champions League, and we are playing Sporting here at Miller Park, and 3 points here will seal our route right into the last 16 of the European Cup. What's a good ball by Erling Haaland into Arnason. His first game that I've used him in here with Cork City, and his shot gets blocked. And we actually did make another signing as well. We signed Nico Williams from Bournemouth in this career mode, of course the real life Nottingham Forest player, and as he would like to say, Nico Williams, not Neko. But we've signed the Welsh fullback to be a backup for Dylan Turrell. I think it was for €26 million is what we got him for, so a decent bit of business there. And yeah, I think a really good backup option as well to have for that right back position. And of course he can play left back as well. A good ball by Shaquille Van Persie. Cathal O'Sullivan, the man so desperate to lift the Champions League trophy, gives us the lead here against Sporting. His second goal of this Champions League campaign. Brilliant finish there from the man. I am so desperate to get a Ballon d'Or. Yes, I just said that the team trophies are the most important thing, and I do stand by that, but how amazing would it be to get a man that was initially 59 rated when we started this series. He's now the captain of the team. I think he's up to a 92 rating now. He's Cork born and bred. How amazing would it be if he did end up winning the Ballon d'Or? He'd be the first Irish player to do so, and the fact that he's a Corkman makes it all the better. But look, we can focus on that later. The main focus now is this Champions League game, which Cathal O'Sullivan has given us the lead in. Here's Savinho now down this right-hand side. Erling Haaland's making that run. Can he find Haaland? No, he can't, but he'll find Shaquille Van Persie, and Shaquille Van Persie will find the back of the net. 2-0 up here inside the opening half an hour, and surely now that's our route to the last 16 sealed. (3-0). Shaquille Van Persie. As you can probably tell there, lads, my mic was muted without me realising, but we are 3-0 up here. It's Shaquille Van Persie who gets the goal. 7 Champions League goals in as many appearances, and that has 100% now sealed it. Cork City are going through to the last 16. Let's see if we can get this fourth goal here. Shaquille Van Persie, he's on a hat-trick as well, and he gets it. Absolutely fantastic. He just loves playing in the Champions League, Shaquille Van Persie. Unbelievable stuff. Even when he was having a bit of a tough period of the season last year in the Premier League, he was still banging in the goals in the European Cup. He gets his third, our fourth, and as I've said about a million times now in this game, we are through to the last 16 of the Champions League. And victory over Sporting means that this last league phase game against Juventus is null and void. We're already through. It would be nice to top the table, but for me, it's not really the biggest deal if we don't. So as you can tell here, we've completely rotated the team, and even on the bench, we don't have a single first team player there. No point in risking injury in a game that really doesn't mean anything. Let's see how they get on though. Okay, we only lose 2-1. You know what? With a completely rotated team, I don't think that's the worst result. And let's have a quick look now at the Champions League table. See who else has qualified. Let's see if any big teams have missed out. Of course, we won't know who we have in the last 16 for another little while. Of course, there's a quick look at the Premier League table as well. But we'll address that again at the end of the episode. But in the Champions League, it was Manchester United finishing top of the Champions League table. That is something I have never seen in career mode. And as a United fan, I'm happy to see it, but still kind of shocked. PSG, the current holders, are there in second place. We're in third. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Leipzig, Juventus and Arsenal all finishing in the top 8. Real Madrid and Liverpool finishing relatively low there. Same with Inter Milan. Dortmund and Celtic there just about qualifying. Napoli miss out. AC Milan miss out. Thank the bloody Lord, Atletico Madrid have missed out. We already played them once in this season where we did get the victory over them, and thankfully we won't ever have to play them again in this series, so I am very, very happy about that. So, the next game we're going to be playing is the second leg of the League Cup semi-final against Newcastle. I quick-simmed the first leg at St James's Park, and we did get a 1-0 win thanks to a Shaquille Van Persie goal. But look at this, lads. Peterborough are in the other semi-final up against Tottenham. That is absolutely insane. I just checked. They're in League One. They are 5th in League One, and somehow they've gotten to the League Cup semi-final. I need to see their route to the final. Hold on a second here. Where would they have entered? Okay, they entered in round 1. They beat Burton Albion by 2-1. In the second round, let's see, they beat Grimsby by 2-1. MWS, please look away, pal, if you're watching, which I'm sure you're probably not. Then they beat Stevenage by 1-0. In the fourth round then, they beat Fulham 2-1. Okay, so that's their toughest opponent so far. They beat Liverpool in the quarterfinals. And here they are now against Spurs in the semi-final. They've already gotten a draw at White Hart Lane. Can they do it? I really hope they do. I really, really hope that we can knock out Newcastle. And if we can play Peterborough in the League Cup final, that would be absolutely insane. But look, we can't focus too much on what's happening in the other game. Let's just focus on getting the job done here up against Newcastle, the 2025 League Cup winners. And as you can see here, lads, we have gone with a fairly strong team, but we still have a couple of players, fringe players that is, who I have decided to give the start. Esse starts on the right-hand side. It's Magyar in goal, our backup Hungarian goalkeeper. Troy Parrott starts up front alongside Erling Haaland. Lehmann, obviously, as well, comes in for Sano, as you can see there. We've got Chubano at left-back too. So a couple of rotated players, and yeah, hopefully they can get the job done. We've already got the 1-0 lead from the first leg, which Shaquille Van Persie got off the bench. I was half tempted to start him, but I will go with Troy Parrott because we have started him, I think, in every League Cup game so far this season. Oh, and he very nearly gave us the lead there. A good save by the keeper. It ends up clipping the post, and it keeps the score level on the night, and we still only have the 1-goal lead on aggregate. Here's Erling Haaland now again. Oh, brilliant run there by the Norwegian. It's hit the post again. McCall O'Sullivan is there to double our advantage on aggregate. Give us the lead on the night. The man who lifted the trophy last season and scored in the final against Brighton has given us the lead here and has surely put one foot in the League Cup final here. Easy for me to say. In Season 7. Erling Haaland is so unlucky here. I thought maybe he'd gone out a bit too far wide. Still got a really good effort off there. The post kept it out, but Cathal O'Sullivan was never going to miss the rebound. And something else I just wanted to talk about there. Sandro Tonali, of course, is playing for Newcastle here in this career mode, just like he was in real life. I've just seen Ian Gilchrist there as well, a midfielder who, of course, we did sell to Newcastle. But Tonali has joined Tottenham in real life, or at least at the time of recording, Fabrizio Romano has given it the here we go. What is going on with Spurs? After back-to-back 17th placed finishes, And now they're signing Fernandez for 85 million and Sandro Tonali for quite a bit of money as well. I don't exactly know how much money it is, but what a signing that is. I would have loved Tonali at United. Fernandez would have been a good signing, but I'm not that disappointed that we've missed out on him. But yeah, it's crazy to see Spurs spending that money. But in a lot of ways, I have to give them credit. They're really trying to make up for the past 2 seasons, which have been very, very difficult for them. I know they won the Europa League a couple of years ago, but still, 2 17th place finishes for a club the size of Tottenham is definitely not acceptable. But yeah, in fairness to them, they're really showing a lot of determination in this transfer window, and I'm very intrigued to see what type of season they have. Here come Newcastle now at Voltemada. It's a decent strike, but Magyar there with a really good save. I still haven't looked up the proper pronunciation, so again, lads, I'm sorry if I'm not saying it correctly. I honestly, I've never been so stressed about mispronouncing footballers' names until I started making content on here, because boy, if you pronounce a name wrong, people let you know about it. So I do apologise, lads. It's not intentional, and yeah, as I say, feel free to correct me in the comments. Listen, I've often had to correct people on the pronunciation of Irish names, so I do understand where people are coming from. That's a good interception there by Tonali. Voltemada with the interception there. Actually, that's a question. Is it Voltemada or Voltemada? I've heard both pronunciations, so I'm actually not entirely sure which one it is. Oh, but speaking of the German, here he is now with a decent strike, but thankfully our keeper makes a really good save. Oh, Bakwa's done really well there. And Newcastle will be really, really frustrated that they haven't pulled one back. It's been all them here in the second half. I think I might make some changes just to freshen things up a bit. Let's bring on Shaquille Van Persie. Let's bring Savinho on as well for SA. And Shibano's quite tired as well. So will I bring on Nico Williams? I know we've signed him as a right back. Yeah, do you know what? Why not? I don't think I've actually played him yet in this episode, so we may as well bring him on. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll put Dylan Turl at left back and Williams come on to play right back. Oh, lovely turn there by Cathal O'Sullivan. He could play it in, but he's going to have a go himself, and I probably should have squared it. Forces a decent save from the keeper, to be fair. Dylan Turl now will come over and take this corner kick. Can we find the head of Christian Alfonsi? He has scored a couple of headers for us in this series. It's not a great corner, but 10 minutes to go. I feel like we should be okay. I'm a little bit afraid to say that we're definitely through, because some of you might remember that Champions League semi-final against Arsenal last season where I said, oh yeah, we're definitely through, and then Arsenal scored and we were hanging on for dear life towards the end of that game. So I'm just going to say that we're in a very good position, and let's do our best to hold on to it here. Here's Voltemada again, though. Let's see if we can get this. I can't bloody switch to the right player. They can, though, and of course they pull one back. And I feel like now this is going to be a very, very nervy final 5 minutes here. And it is Sandro Tonali, the new Tottenham player, still at Newcastle in this career mode. And he's handed them a huge lifeline here in this League Cup semi-final. We never like to do things the easy way, but I think we've just about gotten away with it. Yes, we have. It ends 1-1 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate, and for the 3rd season in a row, Cork City have made it to the Carabao Cup final. We lost to Tottenham a couple of seasons ago. We beat Brighton last season to win our very first major trophy in this series, and now can we go on and win it here as the first part of a potential quadruple? And hopefully it's Peterborough United who we have in the final. You have no idea how much I'm hoping that they did get the job done against Tottenham. We're about to find out together, lads. Please, Peterborough, please tell me you've pulled off a massive upset here in the Cup. No, they haven't. Oh. It's Tottenham who we will be playing in the League Cup final for the 2nd time in 3 seasons. I knew it was too good to be true. It really, really was. What was the score? It went to penalties. You know what? Peterborough deserves so much credit for that. For a League One team to get to a League Cup semi-final and take a Premier League team to penalties after drawing both legs, that is some achievement for a club that size. So fair play to them. I'm so gutted that we won't be playing them in the not the Champions League final, sorry, the Carabao Cup final, I should say. Look, in one way I'm disappointed, but in another way I'm kind of happy because it means we can get some revenge against Tottenham for stopping us from winning the League Cup a couple of seasons ago. And that will be played in the next episode, lads. But before I let you go here, let me just show you how things stand currently in the Premier League. 24 games now into the season. As you know, lads, we're getting through these seasons, or this season I should say, a lot quicker than previous seasons. We've kind of sped things up a bit, so I won't be showing you every game, but I am still showing you the big important games. points, but we are 9 points clear of Arsenal, who have actually lost a couple of games since. That's really, really good to see. And I've just seen there, Manchester City and Manchester United are still very much in this title race as well. But that gap is getting bigger and bigger at the top of the table, so hopefully that will continue. And we will be playing Arsenal in the reverse fixture in the next episode. But of course, lads, that will be coming up this coming Monday. And once again, lads, thank you all so much for tuning into the Cork City Career Mode. I really can't believe that we're coming towards the end of it. It's actually kind of making me a little bit sad, to be honest with you. But I'm so proud of this series. I really hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it, lads. And as always, I do massively appreciate the support. But if you enjoyed this episode, then please be sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel as well, lads. We are getting closer and closer to hitting 1,000 subscribers. I would love to hit that before FC27 comes out. Have a great weekend, lads, and I will talk to you all on Monday for the next episode, which will of course include the League Cup final. Take care.